What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Duftonbond, and we are back with another video, and I'm super excited about this one. I haven't made a video in a while and tons of things have changed. Season was reset. I got 14,000 gems that I thought I should open up some super magical chests just because, you know, if you've got some extra money like sitting on the side and you want to spend it, like I do think, like I love this game, love it to death, and I thought it was worth it, and I obviously would film it if I'm going to open any chests. So yeah, we're probably going to open 3 of the chests and just see how it goes, and then finally we'll talk about this new deck in the top left, which if you have the cards, it is amazing. Probably not the best free-to-play deck to use right now, just because it has a legendary and has an epic, or the new epic, the Dark Prince, but we will talk about that after. So let's just get into opening this first chest here. Open it up, see what we get. So to start off, we get some gold, obviously, that's expected. Then we get 83 Royal Giants, that's the new normal card. And then the Dark Prince, Golem, and 440 skeletons, which, you know, if you were to get any common card, obviously skeleton is the one you want. And then 10 skeleton army. This is ridiculous. But at least we got the 3 musketeers. So yeah, that was a pretty unlucky super magical chest, but I hope this next one will be more worthwhile. Another 70 Royal Giant cards. I heard that you're more likely to get like the new cards now, and we get another 6 golems along with those 400 barbarians, 108 tombstones, 16 dark princes. Oh my god. And the new legendary ice wizard. Wow. That is amazing. I can't believe that luck. Holy. So yeah, there it is. Golem, I have a ton of those too. I bet I'm 1 away from being able to upgrade Golem to level 4, which would be awesome. Can I even upgrade this Dark Prince? Oh my god, that's awesome. So now we have a Dark Prince level 4. That's actually my only epic that's level 4, and our Golem is 1 away. I've never been one to really use the Golem decks, mainly just because I've had a level 2 for so long. But as a level 4 epic, I feel like it would be super strong. So that's awesome. And then we also have 6 poison spells, which will be able to get us to level 3. I'll upgrade that in a sec. So all these new cards, the poison is really, really strong, and I'm still kind of trying to debate whether it's worth it to play poison or to play fireball. And I'm thinking that poison's just more worthwhile because it kind of creates this zone where you can't play any troops, but having fireball is nice, just because it's such instant damage. So we'll have to see. I'm not gonna upgrade the skeletons just because I don't have that much gold left, and I'd rather just open a 3rd magical chest than buy 100,000 gold. So yeah, we're gonna get into this. 2 balloons, alright. 4 P.E.K.K.A.s, don't really use that card. 5 Rage, don't use that card either. 5 Prince, okay, that's awesome. And 525 Royal Giants, that's crazy. 7 Baby Dragons, I like that. And 136 Rockets. So if I ever want to be one of those defender and just throw rockets out, I'll be able to do tons of damage, you know, because that's not annoying when people do that at all. And it's a very fun way to play the game. I'm joking, by the way, but yeah, whatever. I could care less. I actually don't think it's that strong of a deck. But I can upgrade my Royal Giant to level 8, and I'm actually pretty close to upgrading it to level 9. So that's awesome. And so now we're like, what, 14,000 or 1,400 XP away from being able to hit level 9. Still got a ways to go, but I think that it's not that far. Like if I did all the upgrades and stuff, I think I'd get pretty close, within like 500 XP. So now I think we should hop into some replays and just see how it goes. We're back, and I decided to join HK Esports just for this little segment here, just because we're doing some money spending. I'll join back in my clan, but a lot of the elders left to join a PCATS tourney, and then no one was really on to accept people back. So whatever, I'll join that later. But I wanted to talk about this deck. It's the Dark Prince and Prince deck, and it kind of took over that like whole double Prince thing, but it's even better. It's so strong. The Dark Prince, easily the best card in the game right now. Not because it's that insanely difficult to counter. It's not like one of those cards where you're just like, I don't know how to kill this and it's just going to take my tower instantly. But it's like every time you play it, you always seem to get like a positive elixir advantage in your favor as like a user of the Dark Prince. And since it's 4 elixir AoE, like Prince, it just like goes in there, destroys things. So what you really want to do is play that and then play the Prince right behind it, and then the AoE kills like all the little minions around, and then your Prince can get right to their tower. And also if they try and like throw out a card that's really strong and will like do a lot of damage to your Dark Prince, he's got that shield just to block it, and it's incredibly strong. So the best way to counter this deck I've seen is like P.E.K.K.A, like Golem or Giant, just because they just play that and then let like the things behind them just take it out, because you really need something tanky just to kind of like tank up that damage. But I've been loving the Ice Wizard. So good for like balloons, hogs, anything. Like it just like slows everything down to like a pretty much standstill, and then all your buildings and little things can just fire away, and it's an awesome card, super fun. Think they should make legendaries. Like I like the fact that they're so rare to get, but I think they should probably bump up the rareness and like free chests and different things like that, just because like it shouldn't be just like a pay to like use card, you know. But it's been like a day. I have no idea what the drop rates are on those, and I think I was pretty lucky that I got it in one of my super magical chests. But some people who have like level 4 like of these legendaries on the top, like I can only imagine how much they would have had to spend just to get those. So I thought I'd hop into some replays other than this Phone Cats tourney where I like screwed up ridiculously. This deck has been winning me a ton of games. Like, and yeah, it like seems like it's always like the win or the draw or anything like that. So like yeah, other than these couple where I've played against super high level people, but I thought that I'd just hop into a replay that was really good. I know that this most recent replay that I had was against a level 10 mortar user. So I like right off the bat, you don't expect the mortars, but he plays that Tesla, and that pretty much counters my spear goblins, except he feels the need to zap them. So I decided to start off with this push, and so I play that Dark Prince, and then I play the Prince right behind it, and they go in for the push, and then I like try and throw out that fireball, but it really wasn't that effective. It destroyed all his buildings, destroyed the spear goblins, and got a little damage on his tower, so I can't complain there. But he plays this mortar, and I just did not expect it. His Tesla takes out mine, and I knew that I had to destroy it before it got any more damage on his tower. But I also knew that the spear goblins would just get instantly countered by a zap or even just that Tesla. So that really was one of the better trades in his towards him getting that tower. So I decided, I'll just wait up, get some elixir. He played that Tesla way on the right side, which means I should be able to push a lot easier on the left. And I do that, and I think he thinks that he can rocket my Prince, but it works out super awfully for him. Like both my princes get to his tower, and it just does so much damage. And you can see like they just like once they're on that tower, they instantly like they just do tons of damage with that mortar wailing away, with the spear goblins, and with that cannon. They still were able to get his tower down to 472 HP. So now I know, okay, I could like fireball it twice. We could do a lot of things to win, but I also know that he's gonna probably try and play that mortar and get my tower down, and I can't let him do that. So I'm holding on to minion horde, and I'm holding on to fireball, just in case he plays that mortar. So he zaps that minion horde, and since his zap is so high level, it was able to take it out in one hit. But he just lets my prince go through and doesn't defend his mortar. So I was quickly able to take out both his mortar and his Tesla, which was awesome. So that fireball was well worth. And he throws out this rocket, and I'm like, okay, there's no way he can cycle back to his rocket quick enough. All we have to do is just keep throwing minions down so that when he gets back to his mortar, like can't target my tower, and then I'll win the game. So he plays that mortar right into my Tesla, and then I just have to wait out the time, and that's the game. So beating a level 10 with a mortar user, I didn't think that I would be able to do that, mainly just because the defensive buildings are so strong. But you know, he made tons of mistakes, like don't get me wrong, but I guess like when you're like playing like against high level people, you just gotta like find the mistakes and then just see, oh wait, he just rocketed, let's like go with our entire push. So let's look at another replay here. Okay, this one is pretty good. So I'm hopping into the second replay, using the same deck, and this was one of my like more new to the deck games, so I was still trying to figure out exactly how everything would work. For some reason, like I just haven't used the fireball that much, and I'm so bad at being able to target like the right things and knowing all the timing and stuff. Arrows, I'm amazing, I'll hit them like every single time. But for some reason, I'm just awful with fireball, and it like sometimes just loses me the game. But he throws out that fireball thing is like the best counter in that situation, but he still lets my prince get to his tower. So I say that's an awesome trade, but he was able to get down 2 elixir collectors, and now I have to expect the push coming back. So he plays his golem on the other side, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. I throw down this ice wizard just because it moves at a similar pace to the golem, and then it can just slow everything. So I throw out those arrows just before any like damage can get done, and he plays both the spear goblins and the regular goblins, and it just takes everything out really well. But then I play my minion horde, and he plays his wizard at the exact same time. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, like that's the game. Like there's no way I can defend this. But somehow we muster enough elixir. Sorry, I can speak there. And we're able to kind of stop his push, but still we had to give up the tower. But that's not the worst thing that could have happened. I know that I'm able to go back and just get a push. He doesn't have any real defensive buildings, and like hasn't really tried to stop me in the past. So he plays all those minions, and I think, okay, like that's just like a sunk cost. I throw out those arrows. I would have liked to hit the tower, but you can't win everyone. And then he plays his golem, so I go for the push, and he throws out that fireball again, but my dark prince is able to get his tower with one last hit, and now it's just back to defending. And luckily he hasn't been playing too many elixir collectors, and also now I can play my prince on his side and just take out that wizard, which makes his push a lot weaker. Now he plays all these little minions, so I throw out those arrows again, and then I play the minion horde way back there. I didn't want his wizard to be able to target it, but I played it way too far back, and they didn't even target all the other minions. So my tower got down to 325 HP, and now I know, like, if I can't get to his tower, he'll be able to just fireball, mirror fireball, and win the game. So knowing that in my mind, I'm like, I just have to ignore the other side and just go for this final push. And I play my prince, and I play the minion horde behind it, and he screws up this fireball royally and allows half my minion horde to get to his tower and take the game. So I thought that was a pretty intense game. And for some reason that's been happening to me a lot, is just those super close, like, base race type of games. My other deck was so slow relative to this, and so it wasn't nearly that same, like, base race kind of thing. You were like, right off the bat, you were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna win this game. Oh yeah, I'm gonna, like, tie this game. He's got arrows and a great counter to all my spells. You're like, yeah, no, he has way too high level troops. I'm gonna lose. And so, like, I really like the intensity of, like, these super aggressive decks. Still, now I've actually climbed all the way back up into Arena 8 again. I dropped a lot at the beginning of the season just because you're playing against lots of 10s. I even played against one level 11. But that's as to be expected. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any of these new cards, like, this is my favorite deck. And then also, I want the princess so bad that it's right now it seems like it's way too strong. The fact that arrows can't even take it out was something that I was a little annoyed about, just because I think that there's no way to get a positive elixir advantage against these new cards, especially like the Dark Prince, the Ice Wizard, and the Princess. And I don't like that. I like the fact that every card has, like, a very obvious counter, and I don't feel like for some of these cards there are such an obvious counter. So I think there's a bit of kinks to be worked out. Global release is out though, lots of new players, and I hope you guys will check out the rest of my videos. Got a lot of great videos on there, especially the value trading one. It's probably a little outdated because it's a couple patches ago, but still a lot of great information. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. We'll check out a new deck because there's so many different deck possibilities with these cards. But it's Duftonbond, and I'm out. See you guys.